It is main event time here on Memphis Wrestling Stars of Tomorrow, and there is one of the shiniest, brightest stars of all here in Memphis Wrestling. Trained here at the WrestleCenter, WrestleCenter901.com, Tim Bosby, looking for championship gold.
I'm loved by few, hated by many, but
the
respected
genetic nightmare,
by all.
the self-made savage, the man who dethroned the boss for the Internet Championship. Most people just call him by one word, and that's Mike. I say he's the genetic nightmare. Self-made savage, current reigning and defending Internet Champion. None more intense than Mike Anthony, and he's set to defend his championship in the main event here on Stars of Tomorrow. Let's head down to the ring for the championship introductions with Terrence Ward.
The following contest is our televised main event, scheduled with TV time remaining. And it is for the Memphis Wrestling Internet Championship!
Oh yeah, what a match!
Introducing first, the challenger from Cordova, Tennessee, weighing in at 220 pounds. He is second to none, the Boss, Tim Bosby!
The Boss has already made history being the three-time Internet Champion.
And introducing next, his opponent from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 215 pounds. He is the reigning, defending Memphis Wrestling Internet Champion, the Genetic Nightmare, Mike Anthony.
You see Mike peeking over his shoulder the entire time he had his back to Boz. Keeping a close eye on Tim Bosby as he hoists up the Internet Championship. And that right there, folks, is what it's all about. The Internet Championship being held up by senior official referee David Knight. Joining me back here at the broadcast position is Terrence Ward, and you can cut the tension with a knife.
It is absolutely going to be one of those type of matches where we've seen it before, but there's a level of aggression from Tim Bosby today. He's even sporting the 901 colors, the blue, the white, and the silver of some of our favorite teams here in Memphis, the Tigers, the Grizzlies.
Oh, yeah.
And it is he's out for a mission, not just for the title, but for, I don't want to say some revenge, but...
Well, let's be perfectly honest. Tim Bosby's off.
Production's going to love you for that.
He's off today because Jonathan Gresham didn't show up, but this might be even better because he has an opportunity at a championship match, and Mike Anthony came out and issued the challenge himself. You never got your rematch. You elevated this championship to heights it's never been before until now.
Oh, wait a minute.
And
There's
Mike
the counter.
Anthony continuing the open challenge now, side swiping. Tim Bosby is, oh my gosh, a little overzealous today.
Well, he's being slowed
That
down.
might
He
be
was
his
trying to go.
emotions.
Oh, God in heaven.
Wow, over the top rope to the floor. There's no pads down there, folks. Tim Bosby hits the concrete floor, and Mike Anthony does some of his finest work on the concrete floor.
Well, Tim Bosby is slowly making his way back up, and Mike Anthony, oh my God in heaven!
Oh my goodness!
Jeez!
Belly-to-belly suplex on the floor, fans! The Internet Championship match continues. Welcome back to our main event. Dustin Starr, Terrence Ward. These men are still on the floor. Senior official David Knight did not start the 10 count immediately as he was out checking on both competitors, and now Bosby throws Mike Anthony in the ring. Maybe he could steal a victory here.
I don't know if it'd be stealing a victory. I think it'd be an earned victory
Yeah,
at this
no,
point.
no kidding. Big suplex, belly to belly, over the head, onto the concrete floor, and now the Boss having his way, gonna pick Mike Anthony apart.
Now, Dustin, you have been in the squared circle opposite of Mike Anthony in your career and in the history of your time as a professional wrestler. But you've known Tim Bosby since he was a kid. You've got a unique perspective here. What is the determining factor for Tim Bosby to secure a victory today?
Well, fortunately for me, I stepped in the ring with Mike Anthony before he was the genetic nightmare, before he was the self-made savage, and there's a big Bosplex. I've known Tim Bosby since he was 8 years old, and he told me at that point he would be training to be a professional wrestler on his 18th birthday. Guess who showed up at the WrestleCenter on his 18th birthday to sign the paperwork and to start his professional wrestling career? Tim Bosby. Now they're one-on-one.
Mike Anthony, I've known him for the better part of 20 years almost, and to your point, I may never have faced off against him in the squared circle,
Thank
but I've
goodness.
seen the evolution of Mike Anthony from those humble beginnings in a small promotion outside of here to finding his way to Memphis. God, the ring moved with the power from Bosby.
Hard buckle and Boz. I know we say second to none, 220. That's what he competed in the weight class in high school. This man is over 250. He even was 270 at one point.
Yeah, the build weight of 220 is obviously just kind of paying homage to those championship wins he had in high school wrestling. I think he's a two-time.
What a belly-to-belly throw from the boss, Tim Bosby. Mike Anthony is in dire need of some sort of comeback, some sort of separation. But the boss is all over him.
Here we go, cover. And a smart move, pinning down those shoulders.
Almost crowned a new internet champion, and if Bosby does it, he will be a 4-time champion.
And I want to point this out too, if you're watching on your screen, you can see the unintended reflexes or the nerve endings trying to figure out if his hand is still connected there. But like I was saying about Mike and knowing him for as long as I have, I've known him long enough to know that he is getting to a point. Was going to go for the genetic dream.
Power from Mike Anthony. Oh my
Jesus.
goodness. Power bomb into his knee. Spine first. I was going to say new champion, but it was so close.
Mike has still got a lot of fuel left in the tank. He's going to have to channel that monster. He's going to have to channel that nightmare in this fight against Tim Bosby, if not to be cruel and evil, but to be able to channel that energy and get it focused to take out Bosby, who in his own right is showing some monstrous moves in the squared circle in our main event.
Look at the size here of Tim Bosby. You talk about a big kid, man. Dude is 20 years old.
Kid no more.
If that.
Tim Bosby has faced off against some of the best in Memphis wrestling and even those outside of Memphis wrestling. And Mike Anthony, to his own credit, has as well.
He's got something in store here on the top rope, but wait a second.
Something.
First,
Oh my God!
genetic dream off the top rope.
I think that made contact with the larynx.
This could do it, but it doesn't. The boss kicks out again.
I don't know how he kicked out. I don't know how the hell Tim Bosby just kicked out of that maneuver. He should be down and out for the count.
Mike Anthony trying to retain once again, and Mike Anthony seems to defend the Memphis Wrestling Internet Championship literally every single week without a break, and that's the same thing that the boss did, and arguably the boss was caught off guard the first time in the open challenge, and now they both knew exactly who they were stepping in the ring with in today's main event championship match. And you could see Mike going for a high-risk maneuver. Wait a second.
Tim Bosby enough time to be able to get some energy
The
packed
boss
away.
is well known for throwing you off that top rope. Trying again.
Wait a minute. Wait a
Oh,
minute.
my
God almighty.
Goodness.
Off the top.
A Samoan drop of sorts. Or maybe a Bosby slam off the top rope. Both men are down. Looks like Bos hit the back of his head, and the brunt of that was definitely on Mike Anthony.
I know that we are filming this episode, and I know it's debuting on the 14th of December, but Dustin, I'm telling you, this so far is a match of the year candidate cover. Good God, a near fall.
Was that 2 or 3? Senior official David Knight says it was a 2 count.
I don't know how the hell he kicked out.
And it was very, very close. Has to be instinct.
I don't know. It has to be the only explanation, that or divine intervention. And I'm going to tell you, this has been one of those matches I will chalk up and put my career on, that this will be a match of the year candidate for sure. And we're not even finished with the match.
Mike Anthony in big trouble, and
There it
looks
is.
like the boss is just ready to put him away. Will Mike Anthony tap out in this ankle lock?
The face of Mike Anthony, that pain, and look at
The
look at
face
the
of
hold.
Tim Bosby.
Yeah, he was applying
Holy
some
cow.
pressure.
What a reversal there. Mike Anthony walking gingerly.
Yeah, he is hurt. Mike is
Ripcord.
definitely hurt.
Ripcord clothesline to no avail.
And look at the face of Mike, and look at the face of Tim.
Ripcord misses. Big boot.
There's a good kick there. Caught Tim off
Block.
of his guard.
Small package. Into an ankle lock. Another ankle lock.
I think it's
Mike
important.
Anthony.
I think it's important to note that Mike was trying and he didn't get the leverage he needed, but Tim was there. And it doesn't matter how much relief Mike can get from this. For every second he maintains that hold is damage done to that ankle, to those feet,
Pulls
to the
him
knee.
back again. It's like a bear trap.
Wait a minute, here's a counter.
Stacks him up. And that is it. We've got a winner.
Hated by many.
Here is your winner and still Memphis Wrestling Internet Champion, the Genetic Nightmare, Mike Anthony.
Mike Anthony has done it, even though it might not look like it. Let's take a look back on the instant replay. Brought to you by Memphis Wrestling Live. Join us live in 2025. Get your tickets at memphiswrestling.tv, and that scene right there says it all. The disappointment.
Dustin, he should
Tim
not
Bosby.
be disappointed. That was one hell of an effort, one hell of a match from that young man.
And you know the boss thought that he had it. It's just disappointment from the boss, Tim Bosby, as he sits in the corner, staring across the ring at Mike Anthony, the veteran. We're running low on time. We'll stay with it as long as we can, but
There's the extension of the handshake.
showing respect. Mike said, you took the title to new heights, and there's the handshake. Folks, I am Dustin Starr for Terrence Ward and your internet champion, Mike Anthony, saying so long, everybody. See ya at milestone 200.